The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
But defensively, they have that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Completes a Mooney on the slant.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throw is Fields. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted.
Derwin James with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass. So that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
A confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. He'll pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
The Chargers had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. But they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Hopkins' kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead.
Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Fields going to get that out wide to Mooney. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Play action. It's Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
That was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Throwing on third down, Fields. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Herbert. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert. It's complete to Williams. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Open man is Palmer, and he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Herbert jogs off, and out comes Dustin Hopkins to take this kick for L.A. on 4th down. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will make it 6-0. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor, maybe a little nice, a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that?
after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Fields. Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Derwin James with a pick. And the take over at their own 41. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Herbert. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Roquan Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Returnable here for Davis. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Bears take over.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now it's the backup Darnold. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Now Darnold going to take it and just bat this one forward to his wideout.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
2nd and 8. To throw is Darnold. It's Myers again with another catch. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010.
That's into the crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Chargers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that. That maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On second down, Eckler. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now it's Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and they will take over 1st and 10. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Darnold. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
6 yards left on 2nd down. Here's a give to Herbert. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And Darnold just beating the play clock. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears will take over possession here up at the 44. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on, and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Darnold down to throw. Being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Darnold to throw again. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Zone now. They'll look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, Darnold. That is caught at the 7. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Second down and goal. Darnold. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
shot before the break. Darnold looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Pass at 20 for a short gain, 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Herbert now. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Roquan Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his target, Allen. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive. Eckler now between the tackles. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. 2nd play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. Well, this offense has already been forced to settle for field goals on their drives earlier, so this is not a welcome sign here. Indeed, it is not, and they certainly hope it's not a sign for the entire game because they know they've got to be able to sustain drives all the way through. Pick up those guys rushing the quarterback and give himself a chance. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Here's Herbert. Flush to his right. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. And thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
And Darnold going to be intercepted for the third time. And the Chargers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Things just kind of continuing to unravel for them here in the second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw here, Herbert.
Throw left side, take it in by McKinney.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
Ashton Davis on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Bears.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. As line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Now a handoff to Chandler.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
On 1st and 10, it's Evans.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped it. Mark that down for a win, and the defense is calling.
They'll try and run for this with Evans. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
There's a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Now Chandler.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. A give running right is Evans. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They'll go right back to Evans here on first down. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man is Komet, the tight end. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10. Evans running straight ahead. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Darrington Evans, his first touchdown on the year. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6.
Makes the score Bears 7, Chargers 6.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a 1-score game here in the 4th. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a first down.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Going back to Allen. He's got him again. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 34. Again, Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Herbert to throw. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Throwing, Herbert. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll. Looking to just add to it. And this is going to be intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Darnold. And his throw is incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Darnold to throw. Drops this underneath for Chandler. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Now Darnold. Able to find Kmet. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Here's Darnold. That's caught by Myers. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. Now Darnold. just get rid of it. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you don't worry about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Here's Chandler on second down.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Well, here's another kneel down as he'll try to set up the game winner. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And they will take a knee here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So a big one coming now for Cairo Santos. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers have to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
One last throw here for Herbert. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Bears, it took a while, but they finally get that first win after 4 straight losses.